Hey guys, and welcome to game number 16 out of 100 of my Revenge of the Mack series against the AI-powered Scrabble bot BestBot. Tough day on Monday in game 15, just got overwhelmed by consonants, and we now are 8-7, so still in the lead, but hanging on to the lead narrowly. Could really use a win today, but we'll see what happens. Tough start with 2 W's. The bot plays Darna, thankfully not a bingo at least, and I should have some options at least to shed one or both of these W's. If I really want to shed both of them, I could just play Walling for 21 and blow it up. Not a crazy idea, although it is a little bit risky, as plays next to the W and the A here could really sting, especially if it has an X for something like Flex. That's going to be like 80 plus. So something to be a little wary of. Another cool option, which I think I prefer, is Way, especially holding the A for away, which is a word, so seems reasonable. ALW, not great, but certainly not a horrible leave by any stretch. So leaning towards Way, I think. Oh, you know, another thing I could do, though, instead of Walling, is I could play Walled for 28. Maybe that's better. GI is not amazing, but this does score a bit more than Way, and I do have an N. If I were to draw into an ING word, that's not that likely and that big a factor, frankly, but still something. Yeah, probably Walled, I guess, right? Over Walling or Way. No M for Wigwam, unfortunately. That would be a nice rack cleaner upper. Yeah, this is one of those tough turns, guys, where it's like there's a bunch of okay options, but there's no clear standout, so that makes it kind of hard to decide. But yeah, I think Walling is the best leave, but it's the worst score, and I'm scared about that spot. Way it's kind of in the middle, and Walled is probably just better because it's a few more points and gets rid of both W's. So I think this is probably the correct call. Let's do it. Okay, kind of a clunky draw here. I pull a B, a P, and a V. That's going to set me back a little more in terms of getting a good, clean rack here. Might have to play something like Bop. Almost Pigboat if I had a T instead of the V. Bravo. Still keeping Pig. That's not great. Yeah, Vog or Bop. Probably Bop, honestly. Like, BP are so bad together that I think Bop might be better than Vog. Let's see, 25 versus 27. Oh, wait, I can't play Bop. AP is not a word. What am I doing? Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to play Bop there, but yeah, I guess Vog then. Still pretty bad. Maybe something better will open up. We'll see. I guess there is Bop here, but that's pretty risky. Giving back a lot of counterplay on the left. Not even keeping my O for Opa. I guess I could do Bap. But then it just gives back huge plays down the D column. So, I don't know. We'll see what the bot does. Okay, Tote. So that takes away a lot of my options. Let's see. Anything with Web? Wow. Like nothing. Yeah, there's like nothing here. Goodness. Wow. Yeah, I just have like no words that are longer than a 2. I can't play through that A. At least that I see. Okay. Don't have a T to play on the left here. Oh, that actually really takes away a lot of my options. Now I might just play Vaping, honestly, for 15. I mean, at least it clears out the rack. BO, especially with the web sweat, is actually not too bad of a leave. Like, what else am I going to do? I mean, maybe Virago? BP, though, again, it's just so bad. Like, I think even though it's 7 more points, I'd rather play Vaping over this, just because BO is so much better than BP. Like, this is one where the B and the P alone individually are not bad. In fact, the P is pretty good, but together they're just awful. So I don't like that. Bravo, I mean, GP is also really toxic together. I think I gotta play Vaping. I just don't want to end up dealing with these crummy racks for many more turns in a row this early in the game. Trust me, I'd rather score more than 15 points. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm going to regret it more if I keep BP drawing into my next rack. So, all right, let's play this. Hopefully I'm not missing something. All right, that's better. Don't know if there'll be a bingo, but at least that's a better rack. Vine, 43 points. Okay. Almost Bay Naughty if I had another Y instead of my I. Goodness. Bodying is a 7, but it's not going to play, I don't think, on this board. Very hard to play a 7 on this board unless it has an S for Darnas. Almost anybody's, but that's too long. Kind of a tough board. Viney for 30 is probably best, assuming there's no bingo. Better than Void. Bovid doesn't fit. Vibey is not good. Yeah, Viney's got to be right, unless I'm missing a bingo. Almost Polybrid. Most inedibly. That's one of those weird Scrabble contradictions. Inedibly is a word, but edibly is not. Don't ask me why. Oh, wait, I have antibody, though. Okay, I almost didn't see that. I saw, like, anybody's. I guess I should play it here to not float the Y. I saw anybody's embodying. It took me a second to see antibody, though. Okay, so 76. Yeah, that's got to be right. I think it's probably the only playable bingo. Certainly better than Viney for 30. Let's do it. Not a good draw. Probably going to have to... Okay, Bot plays Vamike immediately. I guess Cot? Or do I wonder, is there any merit to this? Because, like, this could bingo, like, decent amount. Maybe. Does it? Let's think. So if I do this, and there's no A for Trank, I mean, an A and an I probably hit, right? Yeah, I mean, I hits, like, altering, all kinds of stuff here. A hits Argental. E, Gentler is not going to play. Regentle doesn't fit. Greenlit doesn't fit. An O, I don't think bingos. A U, I don't think a Gruntle plays. So this probably doesn't quite hit enough. Yeah, I think Cod is better. It also leaves that eye open, which goes well with my rack. And leaves me less vulnerable ending up with one vowel again. So it's an interesting idea, but I don't think the T is that big an asset on this board. After Chi. If there were more floating vowels in the open, then maybe. But especially after blocking the I just don't think that's the case here. So Cod is probably a little bit sounder. Okay. I do get a U, but another R is not really going to help me. My lead is actually gone now. This bot continues to score well. Probably just Gruel for 29. This feels like it's got to be right. Takes out a nice scoring spot. Scores pretty well. NR is a perfectly good leave. Yeah, I don't see how I'm going to do better than this. I'm a little worried about the spot above Phi, but I can't really do much about that. This gets me within 8 points of the bot. I think this has to be the right play. Oh, gosh. The consonant problems are continuing from Monday, it seems. Brutal draw. 3 ends. I might have to exchange on my next turn here. This is ugly. Actually, I do have one nice play. Still keeps 2 ends, but I can play Larnt for 25. Making Aga air on an ed. That's obviously worth it over trading. If I can get 25 points, that's a big score with this crappy a rack. And it takes out the scoring spot above antibody I was just mentioning. So Bob probably has another S after Mouse, I would think, with 3 more unseen. But yeah, I think Larn just has to be right. I need a good draw here. Please don't give me just like 1 or no vowels again. Okay, I did get 2 vowels. Not really what I wanted there. And the bot gets an X-Bomb, which had been open for a while. There wasn't too much I could do about it. I think this is a pretty automatic play for me. Fez for 53. Definitely better than G. Would rather keep the Z, but I don't want to keep FZNN. This way at least I keep a vowel, which have been hard to come by for me. It's 53 points. It's got to be right. Okay. So hanging in there, just continuing to trail by just a little bit. Pretty tight board. There is a nice line for 7s under the E of Mouse. Pool is pretty good. 3 S's and a blank still left, although a lot of I's and O's. So some good stuff, some not so good stuff. I am unfortunately pretty far from bingoing, so I'm not loving my position right now. I'm definitely not loving it. In fact, I'm not really liking it. BestBot exchanges 4. Huh. I was not expecting that. I was definitely not expecting that, but I'm not unhappy about it. Yeah, I mean, what am I going to do now, though? Like, I kind of want to get rid of this J. I have a nice overlap here, though. How about... I mean, that's 30 points. J and P is kind of bad, but I'm also hoping the bot just traded a bunch of vowels, and maybe I can draw them. Like, I'm a little nervous that the bot is going to just bingo with Darnas or under the E, but I can't really do a whole lot about it. I mean, I'm not going to play Haj here, keeping ENNP. That's and giving back big J plays. That's just terrible. Keeping ENNP is just not going to get me anywhere. And Heian is just too many points, I think. I got to do it. I mean, it's 30 points. Yeah, nowhere for, like, Puja. The U doesn't work here. Unjam doesn't work. Yeah, this feels kind of forced. Okay, that's the kind of draw I needed, guys. Pull a blank and some vowels. That was an outstanding draw. I still don't think I have a bingo, but I'm in much better shape. And look at this. I actually drew into Gene. So that was a hidden benefit of hand. I actually do pull into that sometimes, although the bot blocks it right on time. Dang, okay. Souk for 30, using another S. There's still 2 S's left. And that makes my decision a lot harder. This J is still causing me some problems. Don't really have a good way to use it. Let's see. It's very hard for me to play this J, like, at all. I don't know if I really want to do that and just give back plays from the J. On the other hand, what else do I have? I mean, I guess I could exchange, but that doesn't feel right at all. At least if the bot does play from the J, too, like, it has to give me some tiles to play from, so... And it might not have something, and I could hit Japer or something with 3 Rs. Like, it's not... This has to be better than trading, like, to get 16, I think. Like, it's... There are enough racks where it doesn't have anything from that J, or at least nothing good. I mean, if it has to play, like, Jilts, it probably gives me a bingo, so I don't mind that. And again, like, if not that, then what do I do? I mean, I could exchange. Again, I don't feel like that's right. It's also nice because this creates some counter threats for me. Like, if the bot bingos, then I can maybe play Japer and stay in the game. So I don't actually hate that. And I just don't know how else I get rid of my J, guys. Like, I think I just don't. The J is so bad on this board. Like, I can't afford to hold it much longer, really. I don't see any plays burning the blank that are even close to worth considering. Yeah, I think there's just nothing else to do. Jupe doesn't fit. Yeah, it's a weird looking play, I know, but I think it's correct, unless I'm missing something. But I've thought enough, I'm doing it. Oh man, okay, that was not good. Well, now I get a lot of vowels. So we'll see if the bot does play from the J. Even if I can't bingo immediately, though, at least then I'll have forced it to create more space, and I can still keep going for a bingo. It's a very close game. Okay, so it does get down Jurat. I can live with that. Yeah, inopportune 3-vowel draw here. I was not really expecting that. Almost toe piece. Epipia doesn't work. I'd need a P or actually another O. No Epinawi or anything. Okay. Yeah, I do kind of feel like I got a bingo now. How about this? Seems decent. Getting rid of 3 vowels is nice. I kind of want to get rid of an I, though. There's 3 I's left. Yeah, that's concerning. Okay, I do really want to get rid of an I. So this is probably better. Yeah, I mean, I'm unlikely to draw 2 vowels. If I draw an I and a consonant, I should be fine, I think. It's pretty tough for the bot to block everything. Yeah, I still have 7s now under on. I've got 7s under mouse, possibly. I've got 8s from the T. Yeah, I feel like vowel over Toge. I mean, just with 3 I's left, I think it's so important. It's more important, given, like, almost all the vowels, well, not almost all, but, like, most of the vowels remaining are I's. It's more important that I get rid of the I than I get rid of 3 vowels. Like, this is where it's really important, guys, to be aware of the pool, because it makes a huge difference. Yeah, so, and obviously, that's why I'm playing Vi over Vo. Like, in a normal pool, I probably play Vo because the I's a little better, but with 3 I's left, definitely Vi. Because the I's are also particularly toxic when duplicated compared to the other vowels. Like, I really do not want 2 eyes. So I think this is the call. Would love to score more than 12, but I can't really do that. Even with using the P, there's not a way to score much more than 12. It's just a bad board. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about this, but I just don't know what else I'm going to do. Wow, I almost have Biopirate, too, from this P. I could actually draw that pretty easily if I pull, like, IR out of the bag. Yeah, alright. I think this is the play. I drew Biopirate. Haha. Okay. I did draw Biopirate. Right now, Thiotepa is going to be better, but if that gets blocked, then I probably will play Biopirate. I mean, I guess let's think about this. There might actually be benefits to playing Biopirate here, guys. Hold on. I got to think here. This is... Oh, boy. This is actually a tough position. So the thing is, Thiotepa could give back a lot more 7s. Oh, but if he has a 7 starting with a B, though, then it plays anyway. But Biopirate actually... I feel like, theoretically, I'd have to go through, like, all of the racks. I have 6 minutes. I'm gonna spend a lot of time here. Just a heads up. Like... If I win a real game here, you know, this probably comes down to, yeah, either way, I'm going up over 30. This probably comes down to whether or not the bot can bingo back. I guess there are some draws I might lose with after this, although this, like if I draw the C and 2 consonants, I wonder if I could get stuck. Probably not, and this probably performs better against those draws because it exposes more vowels. And then there's also, are there any, like, 7s here? Let's see, Adipes, Opiates. Just go through this quickly. Ectopia, no. Opiated, no. MN, OP, no. Okay, I don't think so. I mean, Ectopia here makes no sense under the Y. Or Opiates or anything. I don't think that. I mean, I don't think this makes sense, right? Nah, I'm just giving up too many points. I don't think that can be right. So, I mean, the thing with Biopirate, though, is it does give back S-hooks under here for, like, Bossier and stuff. But at least things ending in S don't fit. Ugh, gosh, brutal position. Brutal position. Okay. Like, Biopirate's the most stylish, but, like, I gotta get this right here. Alright, 5 minutes. Let me start going through possibilities. So I think it's gotta be, because I have to score a bit, it's gotta be Biopirate versus Thiotepa, I think. I mean, I think. So let's see. BCE draw, I think I'm fine. BCI is Sorrels. I guess I should start, like, writing this down or something, but I don't have a pen and paper with me, so... Actually, I don't think Sorrels... Well, Sorrels plays after both because of Darna's. Yeah, anything starting with an S is going to play after both. Huh. Okay, Oris's is going to play after both if I draw BCL. BCO's... Yeah, actually, Biopirate could also give back 8s. Let's be aware of that, too. I just realized. I don't know if I'm going to have time to go through all of these. Yeah, BCO is a win. BCR... I might even get stuck with something then, actually. But they can just bingo back with Resol and win after either of them. Yeah, BCS, maybe this does better, because Lori's isn't going to play. Yeah, Biopirate, I think, does better against BCS, because Lori's will not play now. Okay. So that might be a win. Although I might have a hard time playing my C, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm actually probably C stuck if I draw BCS. Right? Because it can block cabs and... Well, maybe I just have enough points to win. That's tough to say. Because it's hard for it to block everything. I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, so then CEI is a win either way. CEL is probably a win either way. CEO is a win. CER... Strobels isn't going to... Oh, Bristol's. This gives back Bristol's. Okay. So CER, this performs worse against. Okay. CES is... Broilers doesn't fit. Okay. See, I'm not going to have time to go through Resorbs. Yeah, oh, you know, though, Thiotepa, I just realized something, guys. Thiotepa actually allows anything ending in an S to fit now. Oh, with Thiotepas, that's gotta be bad. Hey, I just realized that. So even stuff like, yeah, coilers now. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be bad, right? I mean, I think. Yeah, I'm just not realistically, guys, gonna have time to go through all these possibilities. Like, especially talking out loud. I just won't. Yeah, now I think Biopirate's gotta be right. This is definitely gonna be one to run through Macondo after. But yeah, I mean, if this gives back any 7 ending in S, I think this is better. I'm gonna do it. Whoa. Okay. So I guess it just didn't have anything. Resorbent and L. I think that was a rack I maybe got through. Yeah, Laborers didn't fit. Would it have had something after Thiotepa? I don't think so. So I think I think that was one where either play would have actually won. Again, that does not mean Biopirate was right by any stretch. But yeah, we're going to look at this one in Macondo for sure, because that was not clear. Now, I guess I just do this, right? I don't think I have anything better. Is Sick and Darnasmore? There's 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's the same. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Phew, okay. Very interesting position there. I win by 20, 389, 369. Very interesting game. Very happy to come away with the win. Some tough turns. We'll get to the Biopyro position, but first why don't we look at the rest of this game here. Bot opens with Darna, makes sense. Walled, yeah, saw all these options. Away is definitely not right. Better off playing away. Almost better to hold back the hook. Yeah, I think Walled is fine. Happy with that choice. Bad rack for the bot. Plays Toe. Yeah, Toei is too aggressive. Seems reasonable. So it does actually like Virago and Equity. Okay, Bow. No, come on, man. No, I'm not keeping that. Bravo. Yeah, I mean, vaping isn't, it's like, it feels like it's far down, but look at these numbers, guys. They're like really close. This is not, I would still argue this is not really a mistake. I mean, I hate opening the board early with a bad leave. It's just so bad. You're giving your opponent all this stuff to work with. I'm fine with vaping. Usually if I have a bad leave, I'd rather keep things tight and kind of slow down the game while I clean up my rack. I'm happy with my play. Glad I found Antibody. That took a little longer than it should have, but I did find it eventually. Only bingo. Yeah, I think COD is the call over Chi. Analyzer agrees. Okay. Phi, Gruel looks fine. Bot plays Mouse. Interesting, it did not have another S like I suspected it might, but I guess it figures with 3 S's still left, it's not that valuable. And Moa just gives back too much. Too big a point sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense again. With 3 S's left, that makes this S less valuable. Very glad I saw this. This is one of those where, like, you have to see this play. The next best play is horrible. That's best by over 10. Bot drops the X, keeping garbage, but it is 51 points. Fez is an autoplay. And the bot, is this where it exchanged? Wow. Not wanting to play Meow with an S? I would have played Meow, I feel like. I mean, you have an S. This is not scary on the left, right? I mean, it's with all those vowels, it's actually almost impossible for me to overlap. I guess I could play like him, Hymn, although there's no M's left. Like, it's really hard for me to hurt it there, and you have an S. I mean, it's risky, sure. Like, I could have an S, but you have an S. I think it's reasonable, and it's 14 points. DIS is just as good as ADS, basically. Usually, BestBot is not afraid to be reasonably aggressive, especially if it has the hook. Like, if you don't have an S, I get not playing Meow, but yeah, this is weird to me, guys. I would have definitely played Meow here with an S in hand, like 100%. Especially Fez, you can't really infer anything. I mean, I'm sure I might have a decent rack, but I'm going to play Fez keeping garbage. It's 53 points. Like, there's some good stuff in the pool, but there's enough clunky stuff. Yeah, I would have played this. Strange decision by BestBot, but okay. Exchange 4. Heian, I think, has got to be right. There's just too many points. Bot plays Sook over Dak for more points, keeping the S, but 0-0 is pretty bad. Interesting. Another weird turn by the bot here. I mean, the S, I guess, is not that valuable. You do have Darnas potentially, but it really just doesn't like the 2 O's, I suppose, which is understandable. I'm not sure I would have done this, but I guess it makes some sense. And then, yeah, here, I mean, this looks so wrong, I know. But, like, Oh, I didn't see Yahe. Oh, but that's crazy. Yeah, okay, that's not happening. Yeah, I know it looks weird, but again, I think in most cases, if it plays from the J, I do bingo. I happen to not because I got a poor draw. And if it doesn't play there, I often just hit like Japer or something. Like, I think it's a good play. I really do. The bot kind of has to play draw, which again, I sort of was hoping for. And yes, here I believe this was the right call, not playing Toge with all those eyes left. I do think Vi is correct. I feel pretty confident. And this is the turn I just don't know. So yeah, Thiotepa, Biopirate seem like the clear choices. I mean, this, I guess, could this be right? I mean, I feel like this just loses too often without a bingo, right? Like if I don't draw an out, I don't know. Maybe it's worth considering more than I gave it credit for. But I'm going to run this through Macondo. Like, I have no idea. I just felt that Thiotepa giving back any 7 ending in S, like, just is going to lose more. Because this at least doesn't allow some 7s that end in an S. But I have no idea. Like, I literally did not have time to compute everything. I tried and I ran out of time. So let's ask Macondo. Alright guys, so I just plugged this into Macondo, and the results, as I suspected, are very close. Biopirate is indeed very slightly better than Thiotepa. This wins approximately 61% of the time, whereas Thiotepa wins just over 59%. So really just a difference of a couple of draws here or there does make Biopirate the better play. However, apparently Adipese, not over here, but over here, above the Y, even though it only scores 66, is best. This wins 70% of the time, so a significant chunk more than Biopirate's approximately 61% of the time. Feels weird because I'm only scoring 66, but the key thing is this stops a lot more bingos. It doesn't give back the Biopirate's hook, and it doesn't give back a bunch of floaters to play through, in particular vowels for 8s. So this makes counter bingos a lot harder to play, and this does take enough of a lead still, takes a 26-point lead, that, barring a really bad draw for me, I will likely be able to hold on in the endgame. In particular, if I'm threatening outs, I should win every time. So, Adipese, once again, would have been best here, so this is one of the situations when probably the more boring option, certainly a lot more boring than Thiotepa and especially Biopirate, would have been better. So, you know, good reminder that sometimes it's easy to get sucked into the style points and wanting to make the flashiest play, but sometimes the most pedestrian play is the best, and in this case, I didn't do a fully exhaustive search, but it does appear, based on a couple tries, that Adipese would have been optimal. So, very interesting and instructive turn here, guys. So, I did go astray. My instinct was still correct that Biopirate is better than Thiotepa, albeit barely, but I didn't consider enough playing the safer option of Adipese over here. Luckily for me, I did manage to avoid one of the losing draws and still held on to win after the bot responded with Resorb. But still a little bit of a mistake with Biopirate. That being said, really cool position, really interesting game. Very happy I came away with the win despite my inaccuracy in the pre-end game. Final score, once again, a win by 20, 389 to 369. We improved to 9-7, staying 2 games ahead of BestBot, which is good. Definitely didn't want to lose both of them this week. Happy to still be in the lead. And I will see you all soon for the next video. And game number 17 will be coming your way on Monday, so be sure to tune in there. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.